Alright, folks, welcome back. Technically yesterday was reset day, but I kind of got carried away with something busy. So we're doing our week 3 resets. The dailies and the weekly haul is really quick. Since then, I saw a bunch of patch updates. Over between last week and this week, I did enter another RTQ with the Soul Harvest coming up, and yeah, one of the patch updates was to reduce the HP in the first boss. Holy moly, did the first boss have a lot of HP for its scaling. But anyways, a lot of the changes are kind of irrelevant. There was another patch that was kind of interesting, and I'm happy that they're so quick on it. I was briefly talking about how long the tiers, we were collecting the tiers. You needed 15 tiers, and they actually reduced the number of tiers, which is surprising. Maybe that is something that is a little bit further in the future. Haven't gotten a chance to enter an advanced soul harvest, and looking at the time, the odds are very slim, but we'll give it like 10 minutes near the end. Maybe we'll open some lock boxes along the way. Plan stays the same, just doing the paladin. It's about 15 minutes, 15-20 minutes. We're gonna do our second milestone. Right, our second milestone dialogue stuff. So let's see what happens with Zuna and Co. As we go check out. This would be the second week's milestone, but technically, or I don't usually do them because it overlaps with the weekly haul. So let's go and check out if our friend, I've got her name, Valera? Something? Kalora? Finished deciphering this particular manuscript here.
You'd think a sealed dungeon owned by Zastam himself would provide something interesting.
Koraya.
Well, evidently not.
Or Koraya.
I really shouldn't be surprised, but we've got infernal fissures on our hands.
Okay.
Normally they tend to close on their own without wizardly intervention, but there's something strange about these ones. I suggest you try and seal them. We've got enough trouble, and I'd rather not add fiends to the mix. Oh, and your friend was looking for you?
Zuna?
We've got things to do. Let's get... Spotted portals to the Hells. But you already know that. You take care of the portals and the fiends. And I'll handle any of the stragglers before they get too far.
Sure. Consider it done. Alright. Where are we heading? Oh. Oh, these things.
Let's get them closed.
Oh, are you coming with me? Oh, I'm supposed to just attack these things. That's the first. I was expecting like an interaction button or something. Alright. I got 3 to do. Like the high ground. Boink! Oh, these guys are all tethered together. There's a bit of server lag. You can kind of see them by how they occasionally freeze. All right. Seal the last fissure or defeat his defender? Intriguing. Oh. Let's defeat the defender then, right?
Your displeasure is my pleasure.
Or not. Goodbye. Oh. This. Okay. You're so hardy. You're just plain demon. No name. No interesting name, huh? If only you were a creature type. Because I wouldn't mind having Demon Slayer. They have so much HP. My dude. Hey.
We need to close it before it spits out something else.
Leave this to me.
Oh, hey.
Makos?
I heard there was something strange going on in Thay. Somehow I knew you'd have something to do with it. I was planning to use my own portal to get here, but this seemed far more convenient.
Intriguing.
Convenient?
We can discuss the logistics of this later. Right now we should go somewhere safe. You two can then fill me in on what's going on.
Why wait? You head on back first. There's something I need to discuss with Makos in private. We've some unfinished business.
Okay. That's okay. Where's it? Like now, if Makos is here, where's Dritz? You know? Are we expecting some more cameos? Alright.
Look, it's nice that you're eager to get. Now that that's all settled, I can get back to work. Your friend has already made himself at home. I
Yeah?
don't like sharing my space, but circumstances being what they are, I'll make an exception. A very begrudging exception.
Fair enough.
You think a sealed dungeon owned by Zastam himself would provide something interesting to read? Well, evidently not.
Well, I've got something important for you to do.
A book hunt.
I've been reading about this prophecy of yours. The information we've managed to gather so far has been sparse. There's very few mentions of this soul collector, and it's not clear if it's a person or a thing. Could be Tam himself. That would make sense. Collecting souls to fuel his ascension. Could be that Tenebreloth you encountered back at Tyrataros. Yes, I've heard all about
Oh,
it.
Tyratoro.
Could be some kind of magical device. Whomever or whatever it is, it's imperative we discover everything we can about it. Then there's the matter of the vault itself. The Red Wizard did say that this was the seat of Zastam's first attempt at apotheosis. Zuna reported that there are other areas of the vault we've yet to scout. If you find any books that are still intact, please bring them to me. The more we know, the better.
The beta. Well, it looks like we don't have to rely on good old Valora here. Good old Makos coming through. Where are we going for these books? These bookeries. They're scattered. Okay. These bookicles. Booksticles. Bookeries. That's not a bookery. You're a bookery. Huh. Here's one. A 1. A 2. A 3. I'm thinking of the Tootsie Pop commercial. Anyway. Wait. I don't see the bookery. Body block. So disrespectful. What? I don't see it anywhere along the ground. Maybe it's above? Oh, wow. That's well hidden. Ew. Gain weight. Friendly. Got our third one. Gain weight. Calm down. Friendly. Four. Alright. Now back we go.
What do you want? You've brought the books.
Yes.
I'll need some time to read through them, but it shouldn't take too long. If you want, I'll give you a condensed summary of what you've discovered. Let's hope there's something in here to expand our findings.
Sure. So I guess in the meantime we're just gonna...
We've got things to do.
Okay.
Let's get them done.
Sure.
It seems the Resistance are trying to push further into the vault to gather resources. Normally, I'd prefer to do this quietly. Avoid making a ruckus and drawing attention. But I have to admit, we've got our hands full. You, me, the minutia. There's only a handful of us capable of the more stealthy approach, and the latter aren't fighters. Go talk to Thompson. I think she has a plan.
Thompson? Is that the one with the floofy hair? Or floofy hat?
Life would be a lot better if I stopped taking it so seriously. I'm guessing the Harper told you of the plan? It's simple. We clear an area of any enemies we find to establish a small outpost.
Sure.
From there, we can do recon work, find out information, resources, anything we can use. Then we meet up with the minutia to get out of danger and back to safety. We need you to help establish these outposts.
Sure. Got it. Collect the flag. Oh. Alright. Let's just stick the flag right into my butt. It's like 3 times my size, but that's okay. Magic flag. Okay, set up the flag, clear the first area and the second. Interesting. Oh, don't be a grapple point at the top. Don't do it. Darn you. Alright. Please. Alright. Possible. Okay. So, gelatinous cubes. Oh, this area. Do I have to clear the entire area or just joint it? Oh, fine. Let's just clear it all. Okay. Oh, this type of thing. All right. It would be kind of neat if this place stayed permanently in my instance. Well, you didn't miss too much. Bree, how was dinner? Or like late night snack? Oh, I almost said slack. This circle is burning a fiery light image into my eyeballs right now. It's a little bright. Alright, my eyes are kind of like not doing hot. It's very bright. We're actually, oh, you were finishing up French notes? And then you had to feed your mini zoo. Wait, what do you mean by your mini zoo? Apps? Are you apping your virtual zoo? Or your actual zoo? Like, which zoo are you talking about? You did mention other animals. Like your... Am I making it up, or I kind of feel like there was mention of little things, right? Oh, the doggos and stuff. Oh, they eat late. Your doggos and kitty cats and all sorts of mini zoo. I see what you mean. What are we doing here? Are we okay? That circle looks ominous. Alright, here we go again. Hi guys. Wait. Are you serious? If I don't engage, it just... Oh, I was kind of jerry-rigging it. Alright, fine. Did I bug it? No? Okay. It'd be kind of nice if these areas stay clear. Kind of neat. Come on. All right. Now we go back. The care of business. With violence, obviously. They usually get around and eat around 9-ish, but they ate around 2 hours later than normal this morning, so I ended up pushing dinner by a couple hours. Oh, I see. I figured, like, timing of eating also has to do with like when they go, you know, do their business, so to speak.
She's got guts. Maybe when this is over, we can recruit her to become a harper. Worthy causes and worthy places to go for writing material. I've read some of her work. She's good.
We're talking about Toman. Toman. Alright, let's go back to Makos. You got it?
The books you brought back has confirmed a suspicion of mine. Somewhere in this vault lies a summoning ritual with the power to draw forth powerful creatures.
Yeah.
Which are in turn sacrificed to empower the summoner. The issue is this ritual has been left abandoned and has exponentially grown out of control. Attempting to dispel the ritual would take far too much time.
Sure.
There are countermeasures in place that can lead to consequences I do not have the time to mitigate. We'll need to track down this ritual and allow the creature to be summoned, so we may banish it back from whence it came.
Interesting.
Here is a list of ingredients you will need to summon the creature. Follow it to the letter.
Alright, time for some scavenger hunting. A corpse mushroom, an echo skull, and some all-purpose blood. The all-purpose blood? Most of these things are undead. Where are we gonna get the blood from? Oh no, there's some. All-purpose blood, you say? Leave me alone. Oh, come on. How does that even happen? Okay. Yep. Wow, that's kind of far distance. Alright, so where are we getting this corpse mushroom? Wait. What? Like... Oh, I see it. How are those? What? My guy. Why are your tethers so far? Okay. I just want this mushroom. Can a guy pick shrooms in peace? Alright. Now we gotta get whatever an echo chamber is. I mean, echo skull is an echo chamber. Alright. You're fine. Leave me alone. Sure. Am I literally gonna acquire skull from someone? Oh no. Thank you. Oh, all-purpose blood. I mean, I'm okay with that. Oh, that was just the all-purpose blood. What does this actually say? I can't. There's nothing. Alright, now we're gonna go get the echo skull. Don't mind me. Ooh. Just chilling. Yoink. My skull now. Participate in the experiment. Oh, you're gonna throw it in the... Ah, okay. Anyway, excuse me. Oh. Ooh, this is neat. Oh, I like this. Okay. Alright. Go in. Just a pinch? Wait, how do I know how many? Oh, that just a pinch. You're kind of cute, little guy. I was expecting something substantially bigger. Alright. Back to Makos we go. Alright.
I doubt this will be the last time we'll need to relieve the pressure, as they say.
Okay.
These red wizards and their experiments. Nuisances.
Sure. Where are we gonna go from now? Suna?
While I was scouting, I noticed some of the walls here felt different from the others.
Yeah,
The Minutia and Makos confirmed their illusions.
of course.
Some of them are simple and just there to trick you, but others are more tangible. There should be a device in here somewhere to break those illusions. I doubt wizards want to spend all day casting then dispelling a wall. It's probably like a key.
Alright. Cool. Locate the device. Where are we going for this device? The way I run around in this game is equivalent of staring at your GPS and still moving forward. I pull up the map and I just keep continuing to move in one direction. Okay. And then in before I find myself at a wall. Alright. Interesting. Just the device is just randomly chilling. Some trolls. Okay. Give me this device. Test out the device? Alright. I magically know where the don't worry. Our adventurer is always clairvoyant. Not really. 90%. Interesting. Where are we testing this device? Oh, like on these things? A spy? Why are there suddenly spies here? Alright. They're on to me. Alright, Zuna, I got your device right here.
Spies. They must have come in with us during the escape. Otherwise, the wards would have caught them. Your red wizard has this place locked down tighter than a moneylender's fist, monitoring everyone who comes and goes. Can't even send a message without Makos knowing about it. Hopefully. That means no word has got out yet that we're hiding here.
What, bro?
But I'd keep my guard up if I were you.
Alright, back to Makos? No. I'm guessing this is where it ends. Oh. Wait, what's happening? Ooh, wait. Intriguing.
Your aid is required.
Alright.
Blessed are those who lend a hand during times of great strife. There is a restless spirit trapped in this place. In life, she was devoted to my Lord Ilmater. Her quest was to free those who have suffered untold horrors. She was fatally injured during a mission. The Red Wizards displaced her soul. Pray, reunite her body and soul so she may know rest.
This seems like there's no lead into this, but alright. Alright. Very boisterous voice. Alright, where are we heading here? Use our clairvoyance. Helping out the local celestial. Oh.
I feel your presence as I feel hers, O burdened one. 'Tis not an easy life we lead, and not an easy death we face. Lead me to my remains, and I will lend you my strength to smite all who stand in our way.
Alright. Escort mission? I don't know where we're going though. Wait. Where'd you go? It says escort you. Escort you where? Here? Where? What? Lady? Where'd you go? The heck? Why does this seem like a bug? Where? What? What? What the? What's? I don't know. I don't say no. Say what? All right, let's try it. Let's try this again. Take two. Okay. We just follow by foot. I didn't even see her move off. Okay. We're fine. So much for escorting. Just straight up bolt out of my sight. Okay. Wow. Okay. That was very unusually efficient. You weren't even escorting the thing. This is just like, whoop. Alright, well, your friend did all the work. Valkyrio.
Are you not needed elsewhere?
Valkyrio.
Thank you, hero. I apologize for diverting your attention. I trust I may call upon you, as you will call upon me.
Sure. That was an interesting diversion. Alright. Asuna?
This is a tough one. We found some kind of abandoned arena. The Red Wizards have repurposed it into a testing ground for their new experiments. I spoke to Makos about it, and he thinks that they're doing some sort of ritual, merging people with demons. Like a reverse possession.
Intriguing.
He said they can still be saved, but we'll have to be careful. Best to target the wizards, and try to avoid harming the victims. Think you can do that?
No, not sure. We'll see. I don't think there's friendly fire in these things. 5 channelers. They really like going through this path. Yeah, double back in. Yeet. Okay. Alright. Alright. Oh, these guys? Why do you guys have so much HP? Oh, they just stay in position. That's actually kind of annoying. Oh, for one guy. Alright, you're fine. Get out of here. Go. Go live free. Goodbye. Alright. Be free. Who's behind door number 5? Goodbye. Alright. Piece of cake. Alright, let's go ahead back to Zuna.
Much of the world has changed.
We did what we could. For those who survived, they'll rest here until they're healthy enough to evacuate.
Alright, are we going back to Mako's? Valora? Okay.
One of the Ratchins has a message for you, Firebrand. Says it's urgent.
Okay. Oh, the Ratchin.
Message.
Okay. The Ratchin has a letter in its little outreached hand. It looks at you eagerly, urging you to take it. Alright. The letter reads, Dear my savior, I don't know if you remember me, but I'm one of the students you helped rescue. I decided to join the resistance. We were rescuing other refugees from how did they pronounce it? Taraturus or Taratorus when I came across a body. Someone recognized it as Harper Tesser. The resistance mentioned he was working with you. I may be a student, but I know decay when I see it. He's been dead for months. Whoever you were working with wasn't the real Harper Tesser. I've told no one else but you. Oh, interesting. That guy was, huh?
A letter? He's dead. For months. No, That can't be. Then who are you working with? Tell me everything from the start. From when you first got in contact with Tesser.
Interesting.
So the Tesser that worked with you and the one that worked with the Resistance are different people? When the Resistance leader lost contact, maybe that's when Tesser died. This imposter then got in contact with you. But why? That's what we need to find out.
Mm-hmm. Are we locked? Alright. We have to get to the 4th milestone, which is gonna be not next week we get to there, but we'll do it a week from next. So we have a leap week. Let's look at our 40. Alright. So then we get our 25 from our
Just got word of what you did.
weekly.
Here. Danger grows, adventurer.
Oh, I totally forgot
Places
to
like these are a hotspot for evil activities, and I've spotted a lot of
I forgot to grab the activities weekly. Well, that's a shame. Let's grab all the weeklies. You have, I mean, the repeatables. You have.
Active experiments and incidents are disrupting the infernal fissures.
Right. We just got that. You have stuff too. Oh yeah, right. The historian. We'll get that for the 25.
Yet friends stand fearless. The city burns,
Alright.
its people harmed. A race to uncertain safety.
So let's do the Teratorus
Would you like to revisit
Same.
this
event again. Let's go do that. To get the 25, and then we only need to do 2 repeatables, and that's it. Very quick. And then we'll sit for like 10 minutes to see if there are any brave souls. We'll queue up for an RTQ. Oh, and they fixed this part too, where you don't have to go backwards to trigger this event.
We can't fight it! It has a death aura! To
Fine.
the gate, quickly!
It's fine. Yeah, now this should trigger right here. Or something here. Oh no. Oh, one more. I have to
Wait,
take these guys out first.
Oh, damn these red wizards! They're killing their own people!
What? Yeah, this part should trigger properly now.
There are people who need my help. Go on without me. I'll think of something.
Here it is. All right. All right. Ugh. 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 Ugh.
We have to go!
Yes, yes, yes.
Everyone, through the gate, now!
I did it again. Third time in a row. For 25. That's a quick 25. That's nice.
They will speak of us in whispers.
Quick 25. You gotta love it.
Though I now hear you, do not stare too deeply into my
Alright. That leaves us with 10, right? Yeah. So let's go and...
revisit a sliver of your history.
Or... Oh! They changed this! Oh, that's cool. This is new too. Oh, I like this. This is great. Complete any heroic encounter or complete the S rank heroic encounter. Oh, I see. It's probably this. I don't actually know. Actually, the S rank heroic encounter. Huh. I don't need to do that this time around. So let's go and complete two things. Two things. One thing. And we're good to go. This is one thing. I don't have to feel anything. Grab this. Grab this. Pretty chill campaigning period for this module. The silver lining for basically not having anything to do from the campaign. So let's go check out how the ghost tier stuff changed. It says 12. Maybe they also adjust something else about it. There were a few adjustments. Yeah. Can I get your tears, please? Let me sip them. Nice. Sip them tears. How about you? You gonna give me some of your tears? No? Not without resistance? Okay. You kind of want to enter battle. They give you more than one tier. And it's just one tier if it's successful. It's more than one tier if you beat them into submission. Ooh, 5 tiers. Man, that one was crying me a river. Alright. I want it to be friendly. Alright. Okay. And that's it. That's all we need for it this week.
Some say my eyes are
Welcome. We've
Now I'll grab the other ones from you. Lava fishing. Oh, that must be where that pool is for.
Look, it's not. I could. You think a sealed dungeon owned by Zastam himself would provide something interesting to read? Well, evidently not.
All right. So we got this. Not that exciting. Okay. So now we're gonna put some time on the clock. Should close them. Alright. So now we're gonna queue up for an RTQ and see if we get it, and then stare at the chat to see if there's some random group gathering for Advance Soul Harvest. And that's about all we're gonna do today. Go look at some of these things. All these little fun illusions that I do not have any investment in. Okay. This thing that will probably not ever get acquired because it requires an unreasonable amount of either unfriendly playtime or some sort of barrier. Maybe we can look at these things. After moving your divinity regeneration, after moving, and the regenerate 8% faster, and the closest 3 nearby allies within 15 receives 1.3. Interesting. The effect is paused if you stand still for more than 4 seconds. Ooh, keeping moving. Oh, that's kind of neat. When you use an encounter power, you have a 40% chance for you and the nearest ally with proximity stuff within 25 units with the lowest health to gain +5 forte in 15 seconds. Oh, these are kind of neat. When you're damaged for more than 15%, that's, and then, oh, so all of these are aura based. Oh, except for this one. Healing an ally who also grants them 1% defense for 6 seconds. Max. Your divinity max, okay. While not moving for more than 1 second gain. Ah, okay. That's kind of neat. Oh, this one's an update. That's kind of nice to have. Shame it's a trial. Pretty much most of this gear is like big pass for anyone who's not already doing it. So all this empty space, these boxes may as well be blank. Honestly, it would have been quite a bit more appealing if they said, "Oh yeah, we spent sorry guys, like we thought it was exciting to have 2 trials in a row, so the next 2 modules would be 2 dungeons in a row." But no, that's not how they went about it. Trials are not a treat, honestly. Not in a live service world. Such a weird design choice. Or a business decision, I don't know. Let's see if we randomly land on Soul Harvest. It looks pretty cool, Soul Harvest. The normal version is stripped down to high heaven, so it's not going to be a representation of it. I already made a huge digression about the way Dika/Cryptic handles tiering. It doesn't lead to knowing things. It leads to having a content creator get like side promoted in order to have no mechanics before they execute. So it's kind of like the internet business where you don't play games to learn from it. You play going in with knowledge and trying to execute it, and it's all about execution. If that is the case, right, if that's the intent, then make live service games like a live service game where the scale down is so low that you are able to execute it even through discovery. It's Moon Dancer. It's the other trial that was pretty meh, and most trials are meh. This will go pretty quick. We didn't land on Soul Harvest. One of these weeks we'll land on Soul Harvest. Just to show how stripped down and out of touch the design is.
It's ironic that we're surrounded by a vacuum, yet here I am, taking away all your air.
I forgot how pompous that guy, the prince, sounded. Oh. Oh. For a moment. Oh,
My time is valued. Show me your worth. The Empire has many in its employ. Here's but a taste. Nowadays, it is expected for live service games to kind of just play themselves in a way. So whenever you're trying to like create a quote-unquote challenge, it's always a side advertisement for someone, some content creator who's affiliated with the live service game to cross-promote it by introducing guides and stuff so that the developer doesn't have to explain any of these things or create like a intuitive design or focus on language or behavioral learning to improve in these games. Which obviously I spent most of my time language learning, explaining the very same thing. Explaining is not the same as understanding. And even then, explaining is also not the same as execution. No problem solving involved. And constantly constantly relying on explainers to compensate for not designing proper scaling and encouraging mechanical awareness is the name of the game for at least whatever Cryptic is left over. You nerf to high heaven a normal version, and then you scale it up so that it's egregious for advanced, and then you scale it even more for masters. So then there's like this unwillingness or lack of need to design something that would be responsible for educating and engaging the player in critical problem solving, critical thinking skills. And then you do that just like every other live service game. Not good, not bad. It's nice to have, it would be refreshing to have a game that still have the developers being expected to create some sort of behavioral model or incentive for player growth. And I shall deliver them.
Or they could make the argument that it's a live service game, so that's what's expected. And then you save those things for single player games, which of course there are quite a lot of single player games out there that gives that reward, the reward of discovering and learning and getting better at a game using problem solving skills. That could be a decent counter argument. That's kind of why these things are more like yap sessions. You're not really learning anything. It's more like a comfy meal that you're used to consuming day in and day out. Is how I treat it, by the way. That's how I treat live service games. Comfy. I think that's one way to understand what you're actually getting out of a live service game. But Neverwinter is still slightly different. It's still trying to hold on, like, bridge two separate things. It's trying to do the, oh, things are still challenging situation, while trying to maintain a live service model. So it's kind of trying to do both, and it's not particularly great at either. There's not enough live service related things that keep people interested, and at the expense they invest a lot into quote unquote a more challenge oriented approach. So it's admirable, sort of. Unfortunately, there isn't sufficient player base to support that. At least I don't think. Like, it's awesome that they want to challenge players, but I think it's out of touch with them maintaining a live service thing.
Blasting holes in my ship. Jump and board their ship to make them pay.
Guests! I hope you find your death accommodating, and if nothing else, your prison cell comforting.
It's kind of like your favorite sandwich. You have to, the sandwich that you want, you have to work really, really hard for the sandwich, as opposed to like you're really tired and you want to eat your favorite thing, and you have to work for it, right? This is live service. It's more like you have your favorite sandwich, your old reliable consistency, so all the things are really consistent. Your sandwich is going to be there when you're able to spend the time just acquiring it, right? Meanwhile, Neverwinter's making it even slightly different. They want you have to work for the sandwich as well. So it's kind of like at odds with each other. On the one hand, live service grows because they're enticing you with lots of good sandwiches and array of things that are conveniently, habitually forming and attractive. Then they try to make you work for it, and then it prevents that from being attractive. But it does keep the players that do want to work for it there in a model that is unrewarding and not sustainable to create consistent quality challenges for those players. So now it's a game that is unattractive to people who like live service games, for what they are, live service games for what they are. And the people that want challenges and quality things will continue to be critical and unfulfilled because it's not a single player game where people are paying to have like really challenging things where you learn how to do them. Kind of tough. Kind of tough. I am looking forward to playing such single-player games very soon, actually.
Slay them in the name of the Zerixus Empire! Leave none alive!
I definitely welcome someone to spin a plausible way that habit formation and consistency type of entertainment, right, escapism and live service thing can gel with high effort, complex design developers who want to keep the game based on its persistent challenges, and then somehow make that and wrap that in to a consistently learning environment for the player base. I genuinely would love to see a game like that, and I would be on board, because it would mean that it's a game that focuses specifically on critical thinking skills and problem solving skills, as opposed to going to the internet and advertising explainers and whatnot to remove the thinking process. I'm still looking for a game like that. I don't know if anyone ever plans on that, or if it's even possible with the current like landscape of gaming. You're either a live service game, it's habitually forming, and it's reliant on the user base to provide the challenge. That's competitive gaming, right? Like Fortnite and whatnot. Or the live service game is where you conveniently build up your collection, like passively over time, which is the more gear you collect, the higher, longer you play the game. It's habit forming. Low resistance, high reward for your time given, or perception of high reward, like virtual goods and whatnot. Even with a pay model, right? Investments over time. I don't know. We'll see if it comes by. I'll most certainly be one of the first to consider playing such a game. There is a game that's on the horizon that has been in the conversation when Neverwinter is brought up and Elder Scrolls Online is brought up, and that's I think it's finally coming out of beta or alpha or whatever it is, and I think it's something Ash. What is it called? It was advertised a long time ago. Ashes of Creation? Yeah, Ashes of Creation is finally coming out, or like maybe that will provide a interesting model. We'll give it another 5 minutes to see if there are any calls, at least in the Alliance or something, for Advanced Soul Harvest. Yeah, that's kind of where Neverwinter is right now. It's at a juncture. It's too late, in my opinion, like too late as in monetarily or business model, to convert this game back into like a hardcore centric, a challenge based, problem solving or cooperative PvE game, right? Because it's been in live service for so long. So now the live service stuff that are in place are supposed to make it so it's habit forming. It's kind of like visiting a cafe or your Starbucks. You're there to get what you want, and then get what you want consistently, so it forms a habit. You log in, you do your dailies, you do your weeklies, it feels good. Every so often a new content shows up and you are entitled to it, as in you invest your time and you might drop cash then, right? However, if you can't drop cash and convenient and you lock it behind, I don't know, some sort of problem solving or some cooperative thing, then that's will bleed the live service appeal. Then it becomes less of a live service. So like trials and dungeons, especially master dungeons and master trials, are at odds with that. So now you have this hybrid of a game where it's not challenging, complex enough because they're working on a live service model. People don't pay for that. And then
the live service side don't want that either because they don't have access to those things. It's expecting a consistent demand in a short period amount of time. That's not habit forming. That's a challenge. That is a performance. So it's kind of the difference between people who like vibing and consistency. They enjoy doing something steadily in small spurts. Meanwhile, you throw in exams, and in those exams are the highlights. So they're not in for the exams. They're in for the slow burn situation, which makes it a viable, like, monetary. It complements the monetary gains, right? Consistent drip feeding leads to consistent microtransactions, like gacha games like Persona 5, the Phantom X, or Genshin Impact, right? When you throw in challenges, it is more like subscription-based stuff, or a single-player game, subscription-based stuff specifically, and those things operate on different, like, monetary values. So you, in Neverwinter, you kind of have both. So that monetary challenge oriented thing keeps the game from growing. It does sort of maintain the current population, but the population is receding because they're also a live service game. So it's kind of a lose-lose situation for Neverwinter, regardless. And this has been clear for 6 or 7 years plus, and that's kind of a rough thing. Over the last 12 years, I often thought maybe they would carve out a niche of their own where, hey, this is one of those games where you do get challenges every so often, and the community embraces that while also boasting a live service thing. So you could do both, right? With enough years, you can refine it. Not really. It's pretty clear that in practice, you either have live service games that are like your good cup of coffee that you go each day to have to start your day off, or to end your day, your comfy escapism live service games, or your other habitual competitive games like Fortnite and Arc Raiders and whatnot, which operates on an entirely different model. And they're trying to spin it in a cooperative way, right? Unfortunate that it didn't work out. I would have loved to see when D&D was on the rise, like really resurgence of D&D. I don't think Neverwinter Online was able to capture that. And even this last 2 modules was supposed to capitalize on that. The recent Dungeons and Dragons, No Honor Among Thieves, like the more pop culture related thing. But the design is archaic. It's like not with the times. It's incredibly out of touch. Now, if the design was avant-garde enough, sure, I suppose you could stir the pot and swing for the fences. But this is more, you have 2 people, half measures. One is clearly valuing the live service things, so they continues to pander and make things easier, which I like, by the way. I do enjoy that. This module, the campaigning stuff, feels like live service, but then it slaps you right across the face and say, nah, we're not just live service, we're also competitively oriented, challenge oriented live service game. And like, they don't gel together. Like, those two fundamentally, at least not yet, someone haven't found the quote unquote magical formula. So you have immediately, oh hey, this is really fun, this campaign, and then slam, Master's Trials, Advanced Trials, and Master's Dungeons and Advanced Dungeons. Like, oh okay, well I'm just gonna stop playing the game now. All the individuals who's interested in a live service component, like the live service building philosophy, you're building your character, you're building, I don't know, some casual things, mini games, a house, collecting decorations.
That's the live service side of things, the comfy side of things. And then they slam it in with their highlight, which is the competitive, cooperative, performance-based stuff. And it crushes whoever comes on. So for every 10 people like, oh, this is kind of cute, and then you play it for like 3 weeks and it's like, no, that the end game is out of your reach because it's not that type of live service game. So they leave. So the player population just doesn't grow at all. It's usually enough to maybe have 1 or 2 people drip feed a little bit of microtransaction, and then that's it. And then the rest is the hardcore player base, which to sustain that type of monetary thing, you have to sell them greater challenges, greater things, like an installment, like Destiny 2 or something like that, where you're selling installments. I think ESO still does that too. And the reason is, from that money, they can create those expansions, those heavier challenges in order to support their bottom line. Like, how are you going to pay your developers and your publishers? Trying to maintain this game is like weird because the developers must create the competitive, cooperative features, and it will be subpar because they have limited resources, because they also have to divert resources to maintaining live service things like the campaign regions and whatnot. So whenever you spend some time on that, it's diminished return. So like the stuff that I enjoy about Neverwinter, that's diminished return. You're not getting new players to play this game based on your live service model. The campaigns do not meet the requirements, in my opinion, both psychologically and behaviorally, to meet that. Persona 5, the Phantom X, does. Despite having leaderboards and stuff, 95% of the stuff is accessible to the people who log in every day to play a little bit, get their coffee, get their fix, and then come back, because they will come back. They're expected to be pandered to, entitled, privileged. That's like you want to trust your burger to treat you right. You want to trust your Starbucks coffee to provide you with the same stimuli. That makes the live service model possible, because it's like passive income, right? You get constant passive income. But I don't think Neverwinter is generating that for the developer and the publisher. Like, they're not getting anything from this. So one way to go about it is to cut out the live service parts. So in a way, I kind of expect them to continue to cut corners on the campaigning and maybe double down on challenges, like 2 trials, or go back to trial and dungeon at the same time in the module and throw away the campaigning stuff. Because the campaigning stuff is giving the false impression that players will have an easy time or their comfy time. They just want to do things. That's what campaigning is. And then the other stuff is like, okay, now you can advertise the game with a direct vision. Hey guys, we're going play to win. We're going pay to win. And we're going to make our things really challenging, very big. Spend some time on it. And the people who want to buy in, they're already committed. Because there's no right now live service stuff, no commitments. There's like, people don't apply themselves. They want something comfy. So psychologically, it's at odds. Like, trials is a big middle finger to all the campaigning stuff, and then the campaigning stuff misleads to what the end game is. And it's a tough place. I mean, I don't envy the developer or the publisher to negotiate. It feels like the developer wants to do both. Sort of. I don't know if it's the developer want to do one thing, and then the publisher's like, no, keep maintaining the live service stuff because we could make cash off of it. But it's a sinking ship.
in my opinion, in the live service department. So they got to make monetization somewhere else, in my opinion. And I don't know where that is anymore, because it feels like the developers stretched into two directions. They're stretched trying to pander to the live service thing, which I feel like it's a business move. It's definitely it's likely to be the publisher who's incentivizing to, hey, keep this casual, keep pandering to the audience, which works for so many other games that don't have the other part, which in my opinion, when I'm reading the vlogs, like the blogs and the Discord, is that the developers love the idea of making challenge-based game and continue to manage like the old vision of Neverwinter. So like Destiny 2 like design and World of Warcraft like design, but they don't have a existing monetization that would support that. So it's kind of like a slow sinking ship right now. I don't expect it to improve if they rip off the banding. Like losing the low number of people who campaign and stuff, and then double downing on the people who do campaign are already the people who do like trials and at masters and advance. The new people who do campaigns, they're not going to stick around for trials and like dungeons, advance and masters, because they're recruited based on your live service convenience. It's kind of like starting up Persona 5 the Phantom X, and you're like, oh yeah, this is great. The only thing that is restricted from me is using money to buy gacha, to buy banners, but I can play everything else. So like that's where their incentive to spend money. But the accessibility is, they're often always competitive. Like in that way, you have access to the entire game. So that's how you do the live service thing, the comfort live service thing. And then the other way is, oh yeah, everything is about focusing on your expression when you're comparing it to other players. But this game doesn't have that either, because the comparison to the other player is among the group that doesn't interact with any other more people. And then the plug is that the challenge stuff, what they're going to do is they're going to try to advertise through their content creator. And there are like 2 or 3 very notable content creators who put out guides and whatnot. And to me, that does exactly the opposite of what they're trying to achieve, which is to create dungeons that are challenging, that requires execution and whatnot, but then the explainers and the way they're advertising takes the challenge out of it. Right? So now we're in this vicious cycle of half of the things make it harder to grow a new group of people, and then the other half misleads and leaves all the sour taste immediately when you reach a point. So on the one hand, feeling a bamboozling, like a bait and switch, and then on the other hand, not good enough for anything. They're hardcore, they're really skilled players, they know this game in and out, but the challenges and the things that are released are just not good enough. And the developer is not one to be blamed for that, or the publisher, kind of, because they kind of inherited a expectation that is so tough to solve in both ways. I'm kind of curious how the executives and the developers are thinking how they keep splitting this. It's one of those games now where you have a contradiction in its design, like by nature. That's kind of what my thought is. Oh, and by the way, since I was rambling and yapping for the last 20 minutes, not a single message in any channel. So that's to illustrate, like,
yay, you're doing trials and stuff. It's like, but it's like 2 hours of the day, and it's only like the first 3 weeks of your module, and then the rest is just your live service people. The live service people continue that, like the weeklies and dailies continue to populate and do over time, but they become less and less interested because there's no bolstering for activities for that. It's like a half platform and half not platform, and that's what I do. So this is illustrating. I basically get on. I do some random dungeons, random queues, and fingers crossed for an interesting thing that is accessible. Soul Harvest, both Soul Harvests were incredibly inaccessible. The campaign stuff is, as per usual, it's expected to pander to you and be accessible, but the trials are not. So they're irrelevant. They might as well not exist. For myself personally, not for the people that they're targeting. And then the gear, you might as well put blank pages on it. I don't know. I'm sorry to whoever. I'm sorry and kind of not sorry at the same time, because they could voice their indifferences and whatnot. But all these pages that whoever took time and decide on these designs, it's irrelevant to anyone who does not have access to the trials. And that's pretty much everyone outside of the already selected groups. All right. I don't even look at these things anymore. If it's announced that it's a trial, then you just can't do it. And if it's announced as a dungeon, you might still can't do it, because Masters is discriminatory. Their design is incredibly discriminatory. And people, like, in my opinion, if you're choosing to play a game, especially a live service game, do not pick a discriminatory one, which would be this one. If you're in it to be elitist, skill-based, performance, give Neverwinter a try. Because when you think you have the right, like, righteous indignation, right? Like, when you think you can crush and break this game, you might find friends and, like, people to hang out with in the end game. For me, I don't dedicate anything to this. I don't think the challenges are great, in my opinion, personally. I don't think they're very challenging at all, actually, in the long run, because it's half measures. They're trying to maintain live service and having to split their resources. They're very limited resources. When you want a challenging game, right, go and play a single player game or a closed game where the focus is on that. So it's like casual. The biggest barrier to the challenge component of Neverwinter is people. The lack of people. Like, there's nothing going on here. Like, I still talked for another 4 minutes and there's absolutely no one. And that is what my comment is. When someone, I think it's incredibly out of touch when they say, hey, it's so exciting, here's another trial. And then it's like, next time don't worry, we're gonna go back to the regular schedule. It's like, stop going back to the regular schedule, in my opinion. Release dungeons, reduce the number of players, make 1-player dungeons, 3-player dungeons, and 5-player dungeons. If you want to bridge closer to not having people feel like you bait and switch them into something where, like, oh yeah, I tried this game, it was great for the first month, and then I just got crapped on by the design because the developer is so out of touch with recruiting new players. That's what you're gonna get. And then the occasional hardcore person who hops on, it's like, oh yeah, let's go and get to the end game. And they do get to the end game, and then they realize, like, it's a bunch of people who just break all the things because the developer is trying to straddle between spending time making things approachable and nerf to high heaven, which doesn't promote very much confidence in their design, and then super hard and excessively hard but generic and not challenging enough because they didn't invest all their resources in that. But then those hardcore people would criticize whatever they release over and over again. It's kind of an all-around bad feeling, honestly. Again, this is my perspective, like from my perspective, not really. I don't think I'm trying to make anyone out to be a villain. I think there is a lose-lose situation here. It's kind of a consistent feeling of sadness for a game that is over a decade old. And then you might be thinking, well, you might be over dramatic. There's no game that's kind of in this position while still going up. Warframe. I mean, Destiny 2 is getting close to that time, and they've met with lots of backlash for, you know, other things, but not necessarily for design. And then of course the elephant in the room would be World of Warcraft, but World of Warcraft operates on an entirely different business model. So is Final Fantasy 14. It's kind of a little Debbie Downer, but that's the experience. This is the live service experience, not the dungeons, not the trials, not the thing that honestly I would pay for if it guaranteed that I have accessibility to it. So like suddenly it's not free to play, and to access the dungeons they invested everything into like a bundle in which you pay for. So then when the people pay for that bundle, there's a reset. Everyone then has to play in that condition and learn from that condition because of the commitment. That could be a way. It's kind of a really tough ask. Or commit entirely to the live service side and scale down all of your advanced dungeons and your master dungeons and stop creating segregation and accessibility challenges, but more entertainment, right? Make the way to create live service as a viable model is it's designed to be entertaining, not challenging. Like there's two different things, and I'm for a challenging thing as long as it's unapologetic and accessible, like to engage in the challenge, which I can't. You know, I can't actually engage in that challenge anymore. Definitely not anymore. And then or entertainment, and I can feel free, like I would love to tell people like, hey, you know, the developers took a change of heart. Now they're all about entertainment. There's this thing to do. You can do this thing. You can do this thing. Right now, if you log in, you can do all of these things and it will suck up so much of your time. Definitely drop a few bucks here and there because they will release so many mini games and whatnot. That's live service. Or the other way is like, oh yeah, right now I spent the last 6 hours hanging out with these people trying to crush out this thing. In another 3 months they're gonna release another $15 like really challenging, well developed thing, and you have to buy it. But trust me, it's worth it because the people who buy into it, they really love like committing to this stuff and problem solving. Either or, in my opinion, not both right now. I don't think it works for both, where you have both of these types of communities collide. They legitimately dislike each other a lot of times, right? All their human behavior and their thought process, they're conflicting. The one that wants to go into a Starbucks and drink the same coffee that they have the last 300 days versus the guy that goes in and they like, Starbucks is basic. Let me go buy a boutique coffee because it's all about the new experiences and the challenges that come with new experiences. That's Neverwinter in a nutshell. Masters, Advance, those are new experiences. Normal versions of everything doesn't even relate to Advance or Masters. It's a way to placate and fulfill maybe the publisher's requirement for maintaining casual free-to-play things.
But then those people play and it's like, well, it's only there to lull you into trying to like do something that you can't even do. Sound like a broken record. I'll probably talk about this less and less as we go because I'm pretty sure the next module will probably be my last. If not this one. It's like look at this. It says 99 days, right? That's another 3 months of live service bait and switch things in order to set you up for a disappointment. And the dungeon is probably going to be exciting for me momentarily, only to realize that, oh yeah, the players that you have to play with aren't going to be available, like, because they have a design that immediately alienates any players from joining. The players that are excited about these things, the trial and the dungeon, they already have their players. Like, they already know when they're going to play this, how long it's going to take, how often they're going to do it, and they're going to do it well, and then complain about how mediocre it is, maybe not balanced enough or not challenging enough. Those players are kind of running the show, right? I'm not part of that player base, so naturally we'll probably go check out something that will replace this. My thought is it's either going to be the new BDO, the Pearl Abyss game that might show up soonish. I'm not sure about a MiHoYo title, but there are MiHoYo titles along on the horizon. It's really about timing, and then there's Ashes of Creation. So that's probably where I'll leave it. Might be different. It's kind of disappointing now to say this, but now it's neither casual friendly because of the bait and switch. You know, casual friendly as in the live service thing, and it's no longer accessible in the other end because I don't think those things are challenging personally. I think they're rudimentary, they're reductive because there's limited resources. And they pander to an audience that I don't even know if they get reward from doing that anymore. It's not rewarding to me anymore. Even completing the stuff isn't really rewarding because they're trying to squeeze time out of it. So they're applying live service model theory to the challenges. Hey, okay, now we know you beat our trial like 3 times within the first day, and then all the rest of the time it's not going to be any different anymore. So I hope you guys have fun clearing our trial 600 times to get the one thing, and hope that the 600 experiences, as you collectively get more runs past, it becomes more and more satisfying. Hear me out. How do the other live service games change that in order to provide consistency? They rotate things. So when you're doing like a dungeon or like a mini game or something, it rotates every 2 or 3 weeks. So the action and the mechanics still kind of stay the same, but the conditions and modifiers keep changing. So technically, you're not doing the same thing for 600 times. You're doing similar things with a spin every so often. And then a module drops, quote unquote module, a patch drops, and it rotates, a patch drops. So it's like your favorite coffee, slightly modified. Your favorite coffee, slightly modified. Okay, now we have your seasonal version of your coffee, slightly modified. Over and over again. That's the slice of life, live service kind of pandering. Challenges, trials, don't do that. And then applying live service by saying, oh, you know, we designed this trial really well. We're sure that they are willing to play 800 runs with a 0.1% chance of getting the loot that they want. Pretty sure they're going to stay for that. That's like incredibly out of touch. So, the combination of whatever Dika and Cryptic and like the publisher holder, they're like half-seas in things, and they create out of touch things because they have to accommodate two different types of people or two different contrasting thinking. I do not get reward from like beating a trial and then expecting that the challenge is rewarding after another 1,000 times. Maybe the first 30 or 40 times ish, if I even have access to that, which this does not exist. Like, look at how barren this is. Like, you have these players here. There's been 2 messages in 40 minutes. And that's being part of an active alliance. And it is also part of an active alliance that are associated with the same content creators that are complicit in not offering ways to, you know, bolster their position. Anyways, that's a wrap for Neverwinter, the 3rd week. Seven more to go, right? 7 more to go. And maybe we'll get some footage of the nerfed normal version of Soul Harvest that doesn't even represent anything of the advanced and master version. My personal desire or my personal projection is that they keep master, advanced, and normal the same, and they scale down the damage factors and other and the mathematical factors so that the normal one can see all of the mechanics that exist in advance and masters. Like this segregation of mechanics and treating people too stupid to understand something or go online and read about everything before you actually engage in that expectation. That's incredibly myopic. Like people who like challenges take information, integrate them, and use those information. People who don't like challenges, well, if you're telling them to go and read that explainer in the first place, then you don't expect that those player bases to even develop problem solving skills and critical thinking skills to raise to the challenge of your design in the first place. And that is what Neverwinter is. And if it's not a video game, stop being out of touch with Gen Z and the internet, for example. Language learning is very similar. People look up explanations on how to learn a language, but do not understand how to learn the language using their own experience. For this game, you don't create new challenges or constantly be welcomed to be excited about new challenges if the player base is constantly having things expected to be explained to them. Developers design in a manner that they're either pandering to people who are already familiar with things, or they have those people explain things and then therefore am puzzled about why new players are like, they don't understand, they don't know how to problem solve. Most players and people who operate on the internet are very intelligent people, or at least they have the capacity to want to problem solve and critically think. But if you're designing a game with a model that makes it so that you rely on explanation, then you can't make challenging games. You're not able to make challenging games and have good constructive feedback because you're built on explanations. I mean, at least in my opinion, I spend a large majority of the time participating in problem solving critical thinking skills. And this screams on the surface, we wanted to make it live service, but we can't because we keep sticking to old things that expect players to critically think, meanwhile pandering to people who keep explaining things to everyone. On the internet, that is a chronic behavior that's expected now. If you can't solve a problem, you have it explain it to you. And when you have it explain it to you, you don't solve any problems. You don't know how to solve any problems yet. It's not that anyone is incapable of solving problems. It's not comforting.
If you didn't practice learning to fail and learning from your mistakes, then the majority of your player base will not have that personality, right? At least in my opinion. And you're wondering, do these populations exist? Yes, they do. Single player games have these existing populations. Silent Hill players or FromSoft players, your most of your roguelike games and your deck builders. And this game is not those models. They're not pay to play models. They're live service models. At least in my opinion. So that's a wrap for Neverwinter for the third week. I'm kind of curious if anyone ever even interested in the behavioral consequences of these games, and then how the developers and publishers can use that understanding of their audience, the behavior of their audience, to make a environment that is both monetarily profitable while at the same time encouraging healthy player user experience with the developers. This is not one of them. This is not a great example of it. Perhaps it might change in the future. We'll see. So until then, if you're gonna watch this later, thank you. Feel free to offer. You're welcome to, join in. It's free to play, right? But be aware, it's a bait and switch when it comes to accessibility. It's a live service game, but has a barrier near the end. So temper your expectations. And I welcome anyone to come on by and yap during these sessions. I'm usually only playing the live service portion of the game, which leaves for very comfy coffee table talk. We can, exchange stories, yap about our lives, our relationships with habit formation and critical thinking skills. Sure, language learning is a great topic. Probably not politics and religion, but we could try. That's kind of what there used to be, something like that here. You're perfectly welcome to come on by and contrast and counter argue, offer counterpoints to, like, oh yeah, Neverwinter's doing well, it's transitioning and there's improvement. I would love to hear other narratives about this. More than welcome to do so. Until next time, play responsibly. Choose your games in a manner that keeps you happy and consistent, and play them in a manner that meets your expectations, so you do not form a toxic relationship or dependency on the game. Much like I'm kind of trying to illustrate. I'm neither angry nor frustrated. I'm playing the game in a capacity that reflects my investment in the game. So hopefully others do that as well. Until next time, reset next week, and maybe some interesting patches will come up and whatnot. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye bye.